Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of St. Christopher's on Jacobs Field. We have a great day for baseball, 75 degrees here in Richmond. We were on the second leg of a doubleheader against North Cross. St. Christopher's beat Nansman Suffolk 13-5. So pretty big rout for Saints, putting up a lot of runs, but the old saying, you hope you didn't use up all your runs. But on the mound for the Saints will be the Hampton-Sydney commit, Christian Gray, making his second start of the year. Gray had a great first start of the season through 6 strikeouts, only let up 1 run. But on the other side for North Cross, they have another commit, Tristan Lang, who's committed to VCU. And in talking with a couple coaches from St. Chris side, this North Cross team is completely different when Lang is on the mound. North Cross also having a doubleheader today. They played against Collegiate early this morning, lost 14-0, but like we said, can't underestimate them with Lang on the mound. So we will see what he has. Should be a good pitching matchup. And we are underway here. It'll be Charlie Zhao, number 2, the center fielder for North Cross. Nansman Suffolk also playing Collegiate right now. So the two teams making the trip down to Richmond and playing St. Christian Collegiate kind of back-to-back. But Gray starts us off here with a first pitch strike.
Great opener there.
Another strike for Gray. He's wheeling early. Gray's a guy, when he starts to get pitching, he really likes to find the zone and doesn't mess around. He just fires them in. So strike 3 for Gray. Started off with 1 K on him for the day. Great start for Christian. Gray now, first ball of the day from him.
No, that's not doing anything.
That one is caught from left field by Charlie Gunn. They get 2 outs for the Saints. Quick start for Gray. Another first pitch strike from Gray. That's what you love to see as a pitcher, just able to find the zone early on. Gray is now working against Tristan Lang, who is the pitcher committed to VCU. He'll send one down the third base line, and that's going to be foul. Lang's going to round first, looking for 2, and he'll get in there easily for a stand-up double from the VCU commit, Tristan Lang. That was a good piece of hitting right down the third base line, just able to easily get into second base. So a little trouble on the base path now as Gray will chase Hanchin the first baseman. Gray's done a great job so far just finding the zone early, but needs to lock it in here and get out of this inning with Lang in scoring position on second. That one just missed. Gray's going to look back to second, try to get the pick. Did not get him. Close right there. Obviously want to keep Lang, not give him too much of a lead, because with a single down, that could score him. So I like to see him check back there. Gray will now deliver a strike. Make the count 2-1 now. Or 1-1, excuse me. Close call there. Umpire not giving it to Gray, so the count will now run 2-1. Really close there. We will step back in the box. Gray looks ready to deliver. Gray's going to fire. Get it in there. Swing and a miss. Counts now 2-2. Tony Smith will throw down the second, and he's safe. Good heads-up play there from Smith. Lang was kind of lacking a little on the base path there. Got caught in the no-man's land, and Smith tried to get him down. A big pitch coming up here for Christian Gray. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Hanchanu looking to give his team an early lead with a single here. Gray trying to keep his shutout going. Just high. So full count now here. Little drama early to start the game with Gray not wanting to put his team down early. Gray now getting his set. Kick and deliver. Ball's going to be popped up over to the first base line. It's Connor Lacey looking for it, and he couldn't find it in the sun. That ball was foul. And we do apologize if we cannot move the camera. We had an absence with our cameraman, so we'll just be going stationary today, so hopefully all the action is within the point of view we have. Gray will now settle himself again. Just needs one pitch here to get out of the inning. Here comes the delivery. Just outside. It's going to be ball 4. Gray walks his first batter of the day, which will bring up Oliver Ingram, who is the designated hitter today for North Cross. He'll now look to score. Lang from second, and Gray will get a reset here, trying to hone back things in here. That one's outside again. Tight zone here for the umpire today. Gray's had a couple calls that have been really close, just not able to go his way. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Christian Gray. Now a look back, keeping Lang close there on second base. Gray look back in. They got Lang in a pickle. And he is safe. He was able to avoid the tag. That's a tough break for St. Christopher. Palmer Berry was there at third base. He's limping a little bit now. Looks like Gray had him caught. Berry not able to make the tag, so that could be a costly mistake for St. Christopher's, as that now also moves over to second base. So now 2 runners in scoring position for North Cross. And Gray already down 1-0 in this count. Hope to get out of this one unscathed. Now here comes the 1-0 from Gray. Ran a little high. Ingram had to duck. So Gray down 2-0. Needs to find that zone like he was early with that first strikeout he had. Time will be called, and they're going to check out Palmer Berry. He's still limping a little bit. He's pointing to that left knee, it looks like. You can see a little blood through the pants there, so took a little tumble maybe, and he will come out of the game. Be checked out by Robin. So let's see who St. Chris brings in to play third base now. Palmer Berry's been playing at third all year, so I'm not sure who they have. Not sending anybody out yet. Maybe seeing if Robin can fix up Palmer Berry quickly. But when you do this, you start to wonder if the mind game for Christian Gray is starting to hurt a little. He's dealing early, and then this long break where he's got 2 runners in scoring position. You can really maybe start getting your head a little bit, because this is a big moment early in the game. Obviously, St. Chris is undefeated so far. Just put up 13 runs. So a lot of expectations in this season, and they want to continue to keep rolling like they have been. Barry's still getting checked out. So we'll see if they do sub him or let him continue to play. And once we figure that out, we'll be back with you. All right, Paul and Barry will trot back out there. Still looking a little ginger, but the Saints will stick with him. So just like we said, we'll see if Christian Gray can hone in that mental side as he's facing Oliver Ingram in a big spot here early in this, in the top of the first.
Yeah, I mean, one big hit away from potentially 2 runs on the board.
Gray not able to find the zone, so the counter run now 3-0. First game of the season, I saw Gray work out a 2-3-0 count, so it's definitely something he can do. Finds the zone there on a low call. So umpire, maybe that's a makeup call for the, he did miss a couple early. So Gray able to work himself back now. He's got a 3-1 count against Ingram. Gray now will deliver. And that was a balk by Christian Gray. So North Cross will score a run. I did not see anything that indicated a balk right there. Gray kind of looking to describe what he did to the umpire. So they'll meet. I mean, that's very controversial. I didn't see anything there at all. And so the umps will meet. That's huge because that'll give North Cross the 1-0 lead if the call does stand. Phil, did you see anything? I didn't see anything there.
I thought that looked like a regular pitch to me.
Yeah. Very fishy right here. Let's see. So it looks like they will stick with the call. Still some confusion here. I mean, I didn't see anything, so I mean, obviously the umpire's right there on the field, and we're up here in the press box. Coach Simondera making his case. But, yeah, that's tough. I mean, especially when you're already with 2 runners on the bases and kind of weird call like that. And this game is really slowing down here. We've had 2 prolonged breaks. But maybe the Saints will like that because they did just play that doubleheader and so are a little tired. So any break they can get could be good. Still talking over there. Coach Simondera obviously not happy. Seeing the same thing we saw, which was nothing that indicated a balk. Yeah, really slow and weird start to this game. umpire now talking to Gray, kind of explaining what he did and how it was wrong. But, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen this where the umpire gets on the mound and starts to tell the pitcher how to do his job.
I mean, I think if you're trying to explain it like this, it's almost just
Exactly. That's a great point, Field. If it has to have this much explaining and a almost live demonstration, then you just shouldn't make that call, as that is costly. I mean, this is a really weird start to the game. It was already a very long game earlier in the day, but Christian Gray will now have to hone back in the mental side of the game as he's got a runner on third and is down 3-1 in the count. That pitch is going to be popped up behind us. So Gray is able to work his way back into a full count here with 2 outs. Would love to see him get out of this really awkward top of the first inning. That was a foul tip, but Tony Smith unable to catch it, which would have led to the strikeout. So Gray will walk back to the mound and get ready to deliver the full count pitch. Full pound pitch from Gray is looked at by Ingram, and Gray will pick up his second strikeout of the day as the Saints will lead off with Charlie Gunn, Jerron Johnson, and Tony Smith.
Yep. Saves the second runner from coming in. Great save from down 3-0. Incredible.
We'll be back for the bottom of the first. We are back now for the bottom of the first. Saints will lead off with Charlie Gunn. And like I was mentioning a little early, they do not have an easy matchup here with Tristan Lang on the mound. He'll start off with a ball, though. But without Lang on the mound, this North Cross team is a little shaky. As I did mention, they lost to Collegiate 14-0 earlier. But Lang obviously poses a big matchup, committed to VCU, so great baseball program, Division I, and already I'm seeing a lot of velocity from him. As he'll miss again. So 3-0, the umpire's zone is both pitchers shaking their heads a little bit. Lang still shaking his head. And that is a strike. So 3-1 now for Lang. Lang helping his team on the offensive side as well. He had a big double. And so Charlie Gunn will work a walk, and Saints get a leadoff batter. That'll bring up Jerron Johnson. Johnson's had a great season so far. Been really consistent with his hits, great RBI numbers, great speed as well for Johnson. He's really able to work out a lot of infield hits that most guys would not be able to execute on. Chuck Gunn will take off after that pass ball. So Saints, great start with a man already in scoring position with no outs.
Trying to get this run. They lost on a very controversial call.
Yeah, I'm still a little mad about that. I think if the umpire would have to do all he did, big swing and miss there from Johnson.
Wow.
But yeah, if the umpire had to do all he did, going out to the mound and basically telling Christian Gray that the way he's been pitching and being taught to pitch is wrong, which, I mean, so that's just fishy for me at least, but we'll just have to move on and try to take a win, already down 1. But yeah, Johnson pretty late on that fastball. You can see Lang, obviously why he's going Division I. Great speed, but let's see if he can hone in his control. That was a dot right on the edge of the zone. So Lang will now get ahead of Johnson 1-2. Johnson will now settle back into the box. Lang's 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Jerron Johnson. That's his first strikeout of the day. So that'll bring him now. Tony Smith. Smith has had a great season as well. Smith had a big RBI double in the last game that added, I think, a couple of runs to that 13-run game. So that pitch ran inside a little on Smith. But just like Johnson, Smith in that 3 spot, leading the team in RBIs and has had a great average so far. Just as a sophomore, he's been able to make a pretty big impact. Lang's 1-0 is in the dirt. Smith will get ahead 2-0. So Lang obviously has had that velocity, but his control has maybe looked a little off. There are a couple scouts here at this game. Not sure what college he's from, but has a logo that looks like the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't think it's the Pittsburgh Pirates, but it kind of looks like it. So if anybody knows a college or maybe professional logo that looks like them, then yeah. Charlie Gunn did just steal third there. So Saints in an even better position now. Smith is ahead 2-1. Yes, Gunn able to advance on that pass ball. 2-1 delivery from Lang is swung on and missed by Tony Smith. So seen a lot of swing and misses here from the Saints early. Smith did go around, so that'll be the 3rd strike for Lang, making his 2nd strikeout on the day, and are now be up to Connor Lacey. You would hate to see St. Chris get a leadoff batter on base, even on 3rd base, and waste it. Obviously, with this guy, not going to be a lot of chances, so really need to capitalize. It'll be up to Lacey here. First pitch is hit over, and that is going to get through. So Connor Lacey will come through in a big way and deliver a RBI single to even the score here at 1.
Great answer. And Saints got this game tied up.
Carney will start off with a swing and a miss. Carney will take low there. count is now horns at 1-1. Carney, another sophomore on this team, so a lot of sophomores for the Saints. This Lacey, the sophomore, just tied the lead. So said Carney did go around, so it's 1-2 now. Tristan Lang's 1-2 pitch is just high. So now we have double horns at 2-2. And 2 outs, so maybe triple horns. Carney will get a piece of that one over to the third base side, and that ball's going to be overthrown. So Carney will get on his horse going to second. Lacey going to third. He's going to round. Oh, no, he held up. Probably smart by Connor Lacey, but James Carney will reach on an error to first, but it'll put runners at second and third and give the captain, Christian Gray, a big chance to maybe help out his team. And as a pitcher, you'd love more insurance runs, so he's got a chance to really help out the team here. But great job by Carney, putting that ball in play and just running as hard as he can. Yeah, Gray homered against the home school a couple games ago. Gray will take the 1-0 inside. It's now 1-1. Gray's got Carney on second, Lacey on third. Delivery, one runs inside. 2-1 now for Gray. Lang now the 2-1 pitch. Runs inside again. So you're starting to see Tristan Lang maybe lose it a little bit here. A couple pitches now very inside. Saints are going to look to take advantage of that. Christian Gray will take that. Saints now load the bases for Gibson Beck. So really big opportunity for the Saints to add some runs, and it'll be Henry Rotter, number 30, coming in the pinch run. Obviously, you don't want Gray to be on the base path as he is pitching today, so. Beck, big swing and a miss to start off. Beck's a guy who's been playing St. Croix baseball for a long time, made the team as an 8th grader, now in his 3rd year as a varsity ball player as a sophomore. Very young team this year. Beck will take that one low. Swing and a miss there from Beck. That's 2 big hacks he took. Just got to put the ball in play here. Lang, though, looking for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. He would love to get out of this bases loaded jam and give his team a chance to add some runs on the plate. Another swing and a miss, 3 straight for Beck, as Lang will get his 3rd strikeout of the inning, get out of the first with only 1 earned. As we will be back for the top of the 2nd. Welcome back to Jacobs Field. As we are here for the top of the second. It'll be number 15, Luke Daniel, the third baseman for Northcross. Gray had a pretty impressive first inning, had that weird run come over on that balk, but other than that, he's got 2 strikeouts. First pitch from Gray, a little outside. Gray now with the 1-0 delivery. That'll be outside. Gray already falling down in the count 2-0. Would love to see him find that zone again. That's where he's his best, when he's just pumping strikes into the zone with .3-0. So second time he's fallen behind 3-0 in this game. Last time he was able to work out of it, though. That one does not hit the zone. So Gray will walk his first batter as Northcross gets a leadoff runner on base. So now we would get to see Walker Reel, the left fielder. Walker's brother Carter hits right behind him. So a little 1-2 punch there for the Reel family. Swing and a miss there from Walker. Good to see Gray get ahead in these counts. Just build his confidence a little bit. Gray delivers a strike right down the middle. That's pure from Christian Gray. Ahead 0-2 now. Needs one more strike to punch out Reel. And he will. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Christian Gray. He will get his 3rd strikeout of the day. Now look to do the same for Carter Reel, the right fielder. Gray will look over at Daniel on first. Now get into his delivery. Throw a low ball. Gray eyeing Daniel at first a little bit. He'll now fire and hit Carter Reel. So Gray losing a little bit of control there, and he'll now move Daniel over to second base. And again, Northcross will have a runner in scoring position, and it'll be the second baseman in the 9-hole, Levi Shepard. Shepard looks to bunt. Fouled back at us. Shepard now will go down to his third base coach as he'll get a word from him. Wonder if he's still going to try to bunt, but pretty lengthy conversation between the two. Shepard now a step back in the box. Saying it's infield not all the way up. So Shepard maybe still an opportunity to bunt here. Gray will deliver. Shepard will not bunt, and that ball's low. So counts now even at 1-1. Gray's 1-1 pitch. It's right down the middle for a strike. He's now ahead. 1-2 in the count against Shepard. Looking to rack up his 4th strikeout today. Christian Gray will fire in there, just miss. Tony Smith throws down to second. That's the second time he's tried to catch the runner at second, a little off guard. It's worth a try every now and then. Gray now runs the count back even at 2-2. Gray will set, get ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch here. He'll fire it in and gets the call. Make it 4 Ks on the day for Christian Gray as the Saints dugout will go fins up as the strikeout celebration. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Charlie Zhao, with 2 outs here. Gray's first pitch fired in there, top of the zone. Great spot for Christian Gray. That's tough to hit if you're a batter. Gray now lifts the leg and fires. Another perfect pitch right on the edge of the zone. Gray ahead 2-0, and he is looking very comfortable on the mound right now.
I think we see why this guy's going D1. Excuse me, D3. But
strike 3 for Gray. Make it 5 on the day as he's able to get out of the inning with no earned runs. The Saints will now have Wrinkle, Barry, and Connor up, looking to add some runs on the board. We're back now in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Wrinkle looking to lead off. Little low there. Good take by Wrinkle. Way outside there, Lang. Little uncontrolled here. Both teams on the second half of a doubleheader, so maybe a little fatigue there, but that pitch is right in the zone, so Lang able to hone it back in there for his first strike of the at-bat with Wrinkle. I think obviously able to strike kids out. He had 3 last inning. Wrinkle will send one right up the middle of the infield. He'll run it out, and he's safe. So that ball was dropped by the first baseman, Hanshin Wu, and Wrinkle was able to run it out, and that'll go down as an infield single, I believe, not an error. So Wrinkle, great job by him. Just put the ball in play. It's good things happen.
All about that hustle.
So now bring up Palmer Berry, who did take a little bit of a hit in the first inning. We'll see what he can do at the plate now. Wrinkle back safe at first. Lang will deliver. Berry with a nice bunt. Wrinkle safe at second, so Palmer Berry with a fielder's choice will reach to first, and Wrinkle with that speed able to go to second. So Saints now will have first and second with no outs. Another great opportunity for them to get on the board here.
I don't really know why they wouldn't just go to first, get the guaranteed out. I mean, sure,
Yeah.
you can try to get second out, but
It's a good point. And now Lang will have a little talk to by his coach. Obviously, this is not the way he expected his day to go. Lang has a couple scouts here for him and committed to go D1. And the Saints are able to get runners on the bases. And it'll bring up Charlie Gunn now with the top of the order, who worked a walk last time. But at some point, Lang's obviously going to show why he's going to Division I. So right now, the Saints can, if they can get as many runs across as they can, they will take it. Chuck Gunn will look to bunt, and he did go around. Love to see Charlie Gunn just swing away here. Johnson and Smith did strike out last time, and he's got Johnson on deck and Smith in the hole. Look to bunt again and not working for him. So now he's down 0-2, and now he's got to swing away because if he does make contact and he goes foul, it will be a strikeout. Lang obviously in the driver's seat with this at-bat. He'll fire in the 0-2 pitch. Just high. Lang will deliver just low. Catcher kind of looked back at the umpire, thought that found the zone a little bit, but the count is now run even at 2-2. Charlie Gunn's got a position, a plate of run with a hit here. Lang will deliver the 2-2 pitch and strike out. Charlie Gunn swinging. They get 4 Ks on the day for Tristan Lang, as the Saints now have 1 out here. And it'll bring up Jerron Johnson with Berry on first and Wrinkle on second. Johnson did strike out swinging last time.
see if they're going to bunt again.
I think they'll let Johnson swing away here. So that's a great pitch inside. Had Johnson fooled a little bit. So Lang really starting to look a little more comfortable now. Johnson swing and a miss. He's quickly down 0-2. Ron having a little trouble with Lang here early. He's looking to avoid striking out for the second time again. Lang now the 0-2 pitch just outside. Good eye from Ron. That's a tough take. Lang now kick and fire. Just high again. So much like Charlie Gunn's at bat, count is now again 2-2. Gunn struck out though, so Johnson looking for a better outcome. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit over to the third base side. Northcross is going to step on third and get the lead runner out. So Johnson will reach first on a fielder's choice. But smart heads up play there from the third baseman, Luke Daniel, as he gets the lead runner out. As it'll be all in the back of Tony Smith now, looking to plate a much needed run. Well, not needed, but would be very valuable. As he did much like Johnson, strike out the first time. Lang will step off. Tell his second baseman to scooch up a little bit as he's thinking about throwing back to get Barry at second. Barry taking a pretty big lead. Lang's looking over at him, but he'll fire it in, and Tony Smith will foul that off. Palmer Barry looking to be jogging now, fairly fine. Right after he took that hit on the third base side, he was looking a little wobbly in his walk, but now he's all good. Ready to run if Smith finds a gap. 0-1 from Lang. Big swing and a miss from Smith. So Saints for the third time this inning, down 0-2 to Tristan Lang. Lang one pitch away from getting out of this inning and earning his 5th strikeout. Step off. Smith is ready. Lang is ready. Here comes the pitch. And it's swung on and missed. Johnson took off from first. Not sure what the call is there. Umpire shaking his head. Tony Smith did not go around. So a little, again, some more weird, awkward stuff happened in this game. Looked like Smith went around. North Cross thought it was a third strike. Johnson was almost in the middle of the first and second base line, but we're back to normal here. Lang's 1-2. Hit by Tony Smith. Oh, had a chance to get over the second baseman's head, but very calm play there by the second baseman, Wynn Yardley. And the Saints will be held scoreless, stranding 2 runners. So we will be back. Christian Gray will be out here again for his 3rd inning of work. He's had a great day already with 5 strikeouts through 2. And a whole face Chase Shannon, the catcher, number 1. Just outside to start for Gray. Close game here so far through the top of the 3rd. Saints, though, leading the hit battle with 5 hits. To North Cross's only 1. Saints have worked a couple walks and Had some timely hits, just not able to plate any, except for that one early. That ball is hit deep to center field, but Johnson's got it and makes the easy routine catch in center. So Gray will get his first out of the inning, and it'll now be Tristan Lang, who doubled last time. I think the key to success here for St. Chris is make Lang work that arm as much as he can, as obviously with the 14-0 result against Collegiate, we know the other guys from North Cross are not as good as Lang is, as he'll send another bullet through the shortstop, as he'll reach again. So Lang is now 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Triple and a homer away from the cycle. I know it's early, but starting to maybe think about what he can do with the bat. So obviously it helps when you can get on base yourself and give your team insurance runs. It'll now be Hanshin Wu, the first baseman, looking to advance. Lang on first. Gray fires a perfect pitch in there. Great movement, great spot there for Christian Gray as he fires in the first pitch strike. Gray will throw back to first. Keeping Lang in a safe distance over there with his first base lead. Time called by Wu. Step back in the box now. Gray now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Gray in the driver's seat now, ahead 0-2 in the count against Wu. Gray will step off. Smith will give him the sign. Gray will set, kick, and fire in. Wu will send one to left field. Gelton's going to have to make a little run onto it, but pretty routine again. So 2 routine fly balls there for St. Chris, as it'll now bring up the DH, Oliver Ingram. With 2 outs here on the board. So North Cross starting to make a little bit of contact here off Gray's. Before he was getting almost all of his outs off strikeouts. Ingram will foul that one back. Does not hit a car back there. Gray will now fire high. Good catch by Smith, as Lang would have certainly taken off from first to second if Smith had not made that athletic play behind the plate. So count's now even at 1-1. Again, high from Gray. Ingram now ahead in the count, 2-1. Gray from the belt. The kick and deal is in there for a strike. 2-2 now from Gray. Smith will fire over to first. Almost had Tristan Lang lacking there. But here we are again with triple horns with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gray looking for the knockout punch. He'll fire. And fouled off by Ingram. That one, again, narrowly missing cars over there behind Jacobs Field here.
Good spot to park your car. I mean, I try to avoid it when I know there's a game gonna go on.
Gray, the second chance now at sending Ingram back to the dugout, and he does.
Wow.
6 strikeouts on the day for Christian Gray. The Saints get through another inning. It'll be Kearney, Christian Gray, and Gibson Beck when we come back. We are back here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Connor Lacey, who had that RBI single, who's given the Saints their 1-run lead here. He'll look to produce again, give the Saints a leadoff base runner. Lang will deliver the first pitch right in there. Just nicked the top of the zone, strike one. Similar spot, just a little too high there for the umpire's liking, so count is now run to 1-1. Ooh, Lacey will hit that one foul. Again, close to that parking lot, but still haven't heard any crunches yet. Laying ahead on Lacey 1-2. That pitch again high. 2-2 now for Lacey. Lacey will get a piece of that one. Flied up pretty high and dropped by the right fielder. Lacey will get to second on that. That'll be an error for Northcross and a crazy play by the right fielder, Carter Reel. That was just really bad communication by Northcross there. You had the center fielder, Zhao, the second baseman, Yardley, and then Reel, the right fielder, all kind of competing for the ball there, and nobody made a call. And then
I think the right fielder did make a call. I think
he just dropped it. Yeah. But kind of last second, maybe not all the way in his head, is Lang certainly not happy with that. That should have been a pure out for them, but now he's got Lacey at second, and Kearney now has a chance to play to run. Kearney last time reached on an error. That pitch does find the zone, so Kearney quickly down 0-2 to Lang. But Saints in a great position again to plate some runs. That would be very valuable here against Lang. Carney swings and misses. Checked his swing. That ball was a strike anyway. So Carney will strike out. Lang will collect his 5th strikeout of the day. And it is now the captain up to bat. Gray worked a walk last time. Always like to see the pitcher-on-pitcher matchups here. Gray sends that one deep to left center field. Not quite deep enough as the center fielder makes the catch. Lacey's going to tag from second and get down. So Gray will, with the sac fly, advances Connor Lacey. I thought that ball had a little more legs on it than it did. Just missed one there. But it'll now bring up Gibson Beck. The big opportunity here with Lacey at third. Beck last time did strike out. Lang will fire and a strike there. Great spot from him. But later on in this game, the Saints are really going to be wanting these runs. They've had chances to do. Stranded a lot of runners here so far. Beck will get a piece of that one, but it'll be foul. So quickly down 0-2.
That is someone's front yard over there.
Lang looking for the knockout punch. Missed pretty high. Good play, though, by the catcher as with Lacey on third, a pass ball would score. Lang will look to hone it in here, though. Lang will miss again. So we've seen pretty consistently him getting ahead 0-2, but then not able to fire in the knockout blow. So that pitch is just outside. So Beck has now worked his way into a full count after being down 0-2. Big moment here for Gibson Beck. He'll stare at the bat, take a deep breath, step in the box. Lang now will peek over to Lacey at third and fire in the full count pitch and strike out Gibson Beck. Saints leave runner stranded again, and Lang again is able to get out of a jam. Back here, Jacobs Field, Gray will take the mound for his 4th inning of work. Through 3, he's got 6 Ks. Great pitching matchup between him and Lang. Lang has also got 6 Ks. Gray, though, only allowed 2 hits, as Lang has had 6 hits allowed, but only 1 run, so he's able to keep things in check. Gray's first pitch to Daniel is a strike. Daniel last go around was able to work a walk against Gray. That one just misses. 1-1 now. But good spot from Ray. That's what you call a good miss in baseball. That was just really close and lets the hitter know that that's where you're coming. So that one just late from Daniel. That one again really close. That actually hit a parking spot, but no car was parked there. It's always a little extra entertainment here, seeing if the foul balls hit anybody's car. Gray now ahead, 1-2. His pitch swung on and missed. Make it 7 Ks for Christian Gray. Really impressive stuff here from him. He looks in control, looks very comfortable on the mound. And except for that weird balk, we still would be scoreless here for Gray.
Still don't agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, still makes me a little mad. But it'll now be Walker Real. Swings and misses. Gray looks very comfortable right now, controlling everything. Great spot there from Gray. He's ahead 0-2. Gray looking for 8th strikeout now. He'll fire in and get it. 8 strikeouts for Christian Gray. 2 outs here now. And he's got a chance to strike out the side with Carter Real coming up. Real was that right fielder who dropped it. Really costly there for him. Let's see if he can make up for that error on the plate here. Gray will fire in another strike. This is incredible here from Christian Gray. Just absolutely in control, leaving no doubt. He's performing well in front of these couple of scouts here.
Oh my
Gray,
God.
another strike. Gray 1 strike away from an incredible inning. Here it comes. Strike 3. Christian Gray strikes out the side with 9 on the day. That'll bring up Wrinkle, Barry, and back to the top of the line for Gunn. Christian Gray in complete control. Back now in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Austin Wrinkle at bat for the Saints. It has been confirmed that there is a Pittsburgh Pirates scout here. Probably here for Tristan Lang, but Christian Gray making a great case for himself to maybe take a look at him. So he's been incredible so far, but so is Lang. Lang has 6 strikeouts as well. Wrinkle quickly down 0-2. Just really entertaining pitching matchup here. 2 guys who've obviously got it turned on today. Lang's 0-2 to Wrinkle. Finds the zone. So a 7th strikeout for Lang, as it'll bring up Palmer Berry for the Saints. And Lang looking a little more comfortable here now. Berry had a bunt last time. But you start to think for the Saints, you really would have wanted at least one more insurance run, as they have had the opportunities. But Lang really starting to look comfortable here, making it tough for the Saints batters. Fires in a strike, 1-1 now. That one's outside. So Barry able to get ahead in the count, 2-1. Two-1 is missed from Lang, so Barry ahead 3-1 now. I think if you're him, you'd almost just take here, as you almost have a better chance of getting walked than getting a hit off this guy. Barry will swing away. That one's going to be popped out to left field, though. Will it get down? Long run for the left fielder, and he'll miss it again. So for the second time, Saints get bailed out by poor outfielding from Northcross, and that'll put Palmer Berry on second with Charlie Gunn now to the plate. I don't think I've seen that happen twice in a game. I mean, that's just really unfortunate. All right, we are back now with Charlie Gunn, so another costly error in the outfielder, really not helping out Lang at the mound, on the mound. Gunn walked and struck out against Lang earlier. He gets ahead 1-0. So Saints got another chance with the runner in scoring position, just need a hit here. So that one's outside. Gunn ahead 2-0. That's fired in there for a strike. Great pitch there from Tristan Lang. That's textbook right there. The slider just found the edge of the zone. So Chuck Gunn now still ahead in the count, 2-1. Takes outside, 3-1 now. Gunn's got Johnson on deck and Smith in the hole. Ahead 3-1. Let's see if Lang gives him one to hit. Lang will nod his head. Check second. Now deal. Just low. Charlie Gunn works a walk for the second time in this game. And it'll bring him now Jerron Johnson, who striked out and reached on a fielder's choice. But he'll have a chance now with 2 runners on base to give the Saints and Christian Gray some insurance. Oh. Johnson will fire one out to right field. Not enough on it, though. Barry will tag. So Saints now have runners at the corners with Tony Smith up. So a sac fly from Johnson. They've had a couple hits that have gone back there, just not enough on them.
Who knows? Maybe they'll drop him.
Yeah, that was caught by Carter reeling right that time. Last time he did drop it. But Saints again need the play to run and take the lead here to support their great pitching from Gray, and Tony Smith has got a chance to do so. The catcher, Chase Shannon, will call time and go out to talk to Lang. Smith today has struck out and had a line out to second that almost got over the head of Yardley on second. He'll now ready himself, and so will Lang. Gunn takes off from second. That's going to be a pass ball. Palmer Berry is going to score, and the Saints take the lead. Gunn now to third. He gets in. Great work from the St. Chris base runners, as Chase Shannon just let that ball dribble past him, and the Saints will now take a 2-1 lead. As Charlie Gunn is now at third base, so Tony Smith, same situation as before. He's got a man on third. Saints a much needed run there. Smith went around. Count is 1-1. That ball's dropped again. Gunn's gonna. Oh, it got.
No.
He did not throw to third. Glad Charlie Gunn did not go all the way home there.
Surprised he didn't throw to third. It looked like he could have.
Yeah, I mean,
gotten off by a healthy margin.
The fielders today for Northcross, you never know if they're gonna catch the ball or not. So probably smart to hold on to it there. So Smith now ahead 2-1. Still needing something to play Charlie Gunn at third. He's eagerly waiting. That ball's low again. So Chase Shanning, some good catching those past two balls. As it's now 3-1 for Tony Smith. He's got Lacey behind him, who has the sole RBI today for the Saints with his single in the first. Lang will deliver the 3-1 pitch to Tony Smith. He gets a piece of it, but it's foul. So count is now full in the bottom of the fourth at Jacobs Field here.
Very, very important pitch here.
Sure is. Full count, 2 outs, man on third. Lang is ready, Smith is ready. Here comes the delivery. Lang will step off. Thought that could have been a balk there if we're going by the umpire's rule order error. Saints dugout making some noise. Here comes the pitch, and it's outside. Tony Smith will get on base. And here comes Connor Lacey, who had that big knock in the first. And Tony Smith will get pinch ran by Landon Allen. Smith the catcher, so want to save his legs. Allen, great speed. Wonder if they'll send him in motion, put 2 runners in scoring position for Lacey. Lacey has reached twice this game. His first pitch is swung on and missed. I'd like to see them send Landon Allen here from first, put 2 runners in scoring position. Allen will take off here. Lacey will swing and miss, and they'll just let Landon Allen go to second base. Could have walked there and made it. Just no throw. But stakes now a little higher as Lacey's down 0-2, but he's got 2 guys in scoring position. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. The good thing about this is Lang's pitch count must be getting up there. Here comes his delivery. Just high.
He's got to capitalize here. I mean, you're up 2-0, now 2-1.
Yeah, with the way Gray's been pitching, 1 run may be enough, but never hurts to have more. Lacey will send that one down the line. Foul. That would have been huge, and most certainly would have scored both runners.
Wow.
But Lacey just misses there. That was really close. Lacey battling, though. He's down in the count, but not out yet. And Lacey will strike out there, make it 8 on the day for Tristan Lang. Saints do play to run, though, as Christian Gray will be back out there for the top of the 5th. Christian Gray now back here for his 5th inning of work. That's in there for a strike. Gray had an incredible inning last time, and he's now facing the 9-hitter Levi Shepard. He's playing second base today. Shepard swing and misses. So Gray now ahead 0-2. Gray looking for his 10th strikeout of the day against Shepard, and he will get it. 10 strikeouts for Christian Gray. Really good stuff from the captain. So we are back to the top of the lineup for North Cross with Charlie Zhao. Just misses there. Aside from Tristan Lang, North Cross batters have had a lot of trouble facing Christian Gray. None of them have gotten any hits except for Lang. That one finds his own 1-1 count now for Christian Gray. Here comes the 1-1 from Gray. Big swing and a miss there from Zhao. Gray still looking very comfortable out there on the mound, as I'm sure his pitch count is climbing up there a little bit. Here comes strike 3, 11 for Christian Gray. And he is in complete control. Dugout goes fins up for the 11th time today. So now it'll be the catcher, Chase Shannon, looking to see if he can break the curse of not getting hits off Gray. That one's outside. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 for Gray. Just outside. Shannon's ahead 2-1. Him and Gray both ready. That one finds the zone. Gray now just 1 strike away from recording his 11th of the day. 12th, yeah, 12th. He's got 11 right now. Now he's got 12. Christian Gray in complete control, dominating against the Raiders. We will be back for the bottom of the 5th. Now it'll be number 8, James Carney. And we're starting to get a little history check, see if we can figure out the St. Chris strikeout record, as Gray has 12 strikeouts against 15 batters. So very impressive. Carney strikes first. So Lang is still out there for the Raiders. Saints still only a narrow 1-run lead. That one's low. 1-2 for Lang. Carney today reached on an error and then struck out. His third at bat here. He's down 1-2. And I get another strikeout for Lang. That's 9 for him. So both pitchers really racking up the strikeout numbers. But here comes the man who's been incredible today, Christian Gray. That pitch is in there for a strike. Found that top end of the zone. Gray almost had that one. Looked like a good pitch to hit, just missed it. 0-2 for him now. Lang's 0-2 is high. Good eye from Gray. Lang's 1-2 pitch swung on by Gray, fouled back. Gray now will step back in the box. Lang looks ready to deliver. He will. And that'll be way outside. 2-2 now for Gray. He's worked himself back into this at-bat. Lang now will get into his delivery and fire a strike 3 pitch. That's 10 now for Lang. So both pitchers really impressive. Lang not too far behind Gray. So now it'll be Gibson Beck, who is 0 for 2 on the day, struck out twice. First pitch strike there from Christian Gray, and I'm now joined by Hill Butler.
Yeah, Saints up 2-1 and seem to have walked into an immaculate pitching performance here.
Yeah, you've missed a great game from Christian, but glad you're here now to see if he can finish it off. Beck will call time.
Yeah, definitely a close game despite the performance. So, I mean, one of these teams is going to have to close it out.
Beck will send one deep to right field. And this time caught. That's the third time the Saints have had a great piece of hitting into the outfield, just missing it. But Christian Gray will take the mound again after being so great, and we'll see what he has in store for us coming up next. Welcome back to Jacobs Field on the campus of St. Christopher's. Christian Gray will now face number 5, Tristan Lang. Lang's the only guy who's had luck today against Gray. He's doubled and singled. But other than that, Gray has been completely dealing with 12 strikeouts. He's out here for his 6th inning of work and runs inside on Lang.
Yeah, of course you're going to see those pitches after 5 straight innings of pitching, even when you're having a hot game. Stuff like that's going to happen.
That
and
one
delivers there.
zone.
Yeah, in a close game like this with these performances, I'm really looking at the pitchers to close this one out for their teams.
Yeah, Coach Seminary looked like he's sticking with Gray's. Not a lot of movement in the bullpen. I would like to know what his pitch count is, but we don't have that. We don't have access to that, unfortunately. Gray, though, 2-1 now against Lang. He'll step off, and time has been called by the umpire mid-delivery from Gray. I'm sure that's frustrating from him.
Yep. Luckily, it won't be a balk or anything because the refs called time there.
Gray now will deliver and find the inside of the zone.
Nice movement on that ball. Looks like it came down a little bit towards the back of the plate.
It looks like he really fooled Lang on that one, too. He's still shaking his head as he steps into the box. It's Christian Gray looking for his 13th K of the day. Not getting it. Lang will send one to center field. Jerron Johnson is under it, and he'll make the catch.
Yep. An out is an out.
So not a strikeout, but the Saints will take it as Lang has really been the only guy producing offensively for North Cross today.
Yeah, and as fun it is to see that high K number, the out you get is the out you get. So I'm sure the players and Coach Simondera are perfectly happy with that kind of play.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh, had him swinging hard there. That's an impressive pitch. Just no need to oversimplify it. Just send your fastball down the top of the box.
Just misses there.
Yeah, similar idea. Like to see him try that. Just a little bit off.
Right up the
almost
middle.
Nails
Yeah,
Christian Gray.
That's a liner from Hanchinu, and North Cross gets its first base runner in a while. So now that'll bring up Oliver Ingram.
Gotta say, North Cross they're a big team. Looking at them, they've definitely got some size.
Yeah, that's for sure. I remember we played them in football, and they had a lot of pretty big guys. So
Yep. Having that runner on first changes things. A pitcher, you got to pay attention to that.
yeah, Gray's been pretty good all day with not having guys on the base path for the last couple of innings at least.
Throws a ball there high and outside.
Losing a little bit of that control he had these past couple of pitches. Would love to see him hone it back in here. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that's hit deep to center field. Johnson's tracing back. He is able to make the catch.
Using his speed there and tracking that one down. Very accurate on that. And that's exactly the kind of play coaches put you in the center field for.
Yeah, great play by Jerron Johnson. I always remember I used to play center field back in my Little League days, and everything the coach would tell me is that first step should always be backwards. As Johnson did make that first step backwards, that ball was a little over his head, but he was able to track it down pretty easily.
Yep, so 2 outs, no one in scoring position. As I have a man on first.
It's Luke Daniel for North Cross at the plate. 1-0 from Gray.
Close one there. Just trying to get that edge of the box and couldn't quite scrape it.
Gray now will check first. Compose himself. And the 1-0 pitch from Gray is right down the middle for a strike. Daniel shaking his head. He knows he should have swung it that way.
I was surprised to see he didn't. I think the speed and then, of course, always an intimidation factor when you're facing a pitcher that's got 12 Ks on the day against your team. And
no strikeouts yet from Gray this time round. which has been rare, as it's almost been at least 2 or sometimes 3 per inning. But he's got one more chance to put another K to his name. That one's past Tony Smith.
Yeah, and that's
so
going to –
Hanchin Ooh will go over to second base.
Yeah, it's just a rough play. Like right there, saw a lot of that in the first game they played of this doubleheader at 12 against Suffolk.
Yeah, Nansman Suffolk. So a little bit of a heightened situation now for the Saints, as they still are only up 1 run, but it seems like a big run since both teams have been pitching great. But runner on second base now with 2 outs.
Yeah, keeping an eye on him there. And
Great
right down
pitch.
the middle. 2-2 count, so this one favors Gray.
Great.
See if he can get strikeout 13 over here.
Gray 1 pitch away from that. Here comes a 2-2 pitch from Christian Gray's just high. Counter run
count.
full now.
Just 1 strike away from closing out this inning.
Big moment here, full count. Gray now from the belt. He'll kick and deal. Strike 3,
Had him
13 on the
swing.
day. 13 for number 13, the captain, Christian Gray, in control. And the Saints 3 outs away now from taking this one home.
Rink.
It'll now be Austin Wrinkle up for the Saints, and I'm sure the Saints dugout and all the Saints here fans are smiling because Tristan Lang's day is over. Lang had 10 strikeouts, 7 hits though, allowed 2 runs, but it'll be Ooh to come in for relief of him, Hanchin Ooh, who was playing first base. And you start to wonder if this is where the Saints will look to open up the game a little bit. North Cross allowed 14 runs just about 3 or 4 hours ago against Collegiate.
Yeah, that one low.
So you wonder how well the relief pitchers are for North Cross. We'll see here from Ooh, as that's a great strike.
Yeah, great motion on that one. Little curveball. Came down to the bottom of the box and
Wrinkle
fooled
shaking
Rink.
his head. Another good
strike.
pitch.
Yeah, he really likes putting the motion on that. Some pitchers really favor the fastball, just not oversimplifying it, just put it in the box. He seems to really favor putting motion on it and trying to fool the batters.
That
one a
one
little
just
high.
a high.
You also, as a batter, sometimes it's a little difficult to adjust to a different pitcher. If you've gone up against one for a couple times, you get used to their style of
Wrinkle
pitching.
poked
And-
that one out into right field, and that'll get
Ooh.
down for Austin Wrinkle. That's going to be his first hit of the day.
Yep, great hit from Austin Wrinkle, just right down to the right side, over the first baseman, and down early in the outfield. Exactly what you want to see, and a single with a low-scoring game like this is what you'll take all day.
That'll actually be Wrinkle's second hit of the game. He reached on an infield single, and then that's just a nice little bloop single out to right.
That's Palmer Berry up to the plate.
Berry will send that one into left field. Caught, though, by the left fielder, Real. So Berry, one swing, one out.
Yeah, making early contact, though, that'll get your confidence up, just getting a good hack on it.
Back to the top of the lineup here for Charlie Gunn. Gunn yet to have a hit today, but he's worked 2 walks against Lang, so love to see if he can put something in play now against Ooh. It will deliver. Wrinkle's going to take off from second. That ball's going to be high. Wrinkle's going to have a stolen bag as the Saints now have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out, and any insurance run would be what's needed. I'm not sure if they'll send Christian Gray out there for a 7th. Gray has been great today.
Maybe reward him with an extra inning. But, yeah, that stolen base is just Wrinkle showing off his speed, and the throw was accurate to the second baseman, but just not enough velocity on it from the catcher. And that pitch way outside.
Gunn ahead now, 2-1 in the count. He's got Johnson on deck and Smith in the hole. So top of the lineup here for the Saints. Gunn will take a swing and a miss there.
Yeah, he looked like he was ready to hit that out of the park.
Yeah, Oo's had some good movement here. He's able to throw some balls that drop or either rise, and Saints batters not able to put ball to bat to ball. The 2-2 pitch from Ooh. Finds the top of the zone, so that's the first strikeout of the day for Hanchin Ooh. And they'll now bring up Jerron Johnson in a big spot here with 2 outs. Johnson's struggled a bit in this game, has struck out, had a fielder's choice, and then had a good sac fly, but not able to get a hit yet.
You hope he can get Rink to third, too, because he really likes to steal that second base play, and he has a green light to do so as a very fast athlete who has done it already multiple times today.
Ooh is ready. Johnson will step in the box. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Ooh. Johnson swings and misses. Ron's had a couple of big swings today, not able to get anything out of him. But like that, he's confident in taking the big swings. Just ready for him to find one here. 1-1 pitch. Runs high. Johnson had to duck out of the box there.
Yeah, he looked like he was preparing for that one to hit him in the helmet. He's way inside. Managed to avoid that, though, luckily.
Johnson will hit that one out to right. It's going to be foul, though. So now it's 2-2 for Ooh. North Cross still 100% in this game, even though their offense has been bleak. It's still only a 1-run lead for the Saints, and Saints have failed to really plate anybody today, even though they've had 8 hits. Johnson's going to drive that one deep.
It might
left
get down.
Center field. Dropped by the center fielder. So that's going to be an RBI double for Johnson. He's on his horse rounding second, and he will get in for an RBI triple.
An amazing hit there by Jerron Johnson. He had something very similar earlier today against Suffolk. Just dropped that one right by the fence. I mean, a couple more feet, that would have been gone. And that left fielder just not fast enough to track it down.
Yeah, that's a huge insurance run. And just like we were talking about earlier, Johnson has been taking those big swings, and he finally got a hold of one. That one was deep to left center field. Just like you said, a couple feet away from leaving the yard here.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just about ready to put one over the fence after a couple close ones today.
Yeah, Zhao out there in center made a good effort just over his head as that one runs inside. So Johnson, dangerous at third base, is like you were saying, Hill. Great speed, great track athlete, very fast receiver. So if anything gets past the catcher here, Johnson will look to take off. Tony Smith will pop that one up.
Yeah, that's...
And it'll be caught by Lang, who's now playing first base. But Saints get a very valuable insurance run. And let's see if they send Gray out here for his 7th inning. It looks like it may be Gibson Beck taking the mound. So with that, we will congratulate Christian Gray on a great day.
13 strikeouts.
Yeah,
all
really
set.
incredible.
Yeah,
Only
in 6 innings, that is nothing to scoff at.
had that one reared balk, but great day from Gray. Really impressive from him, and he showed out in front of the Pittsburgh Pirates scout here. But we'll have Gibson Beck warm up, and the Saints are 3 out away from a big victory. We are 3 outs away from the Saints starting their season off to an undefeated start. It'll be Gibson Beck taking them out, just like we mentioned earlier, trying to finish what Christian Gray started. Beck's first pitch, just high.
Had some velocity on that one.
Beck has got the easier part of the North Cross lineup. He's got 7, 8, 9 in Real, and Shepard.
That one just a bit low. He's putting some great speed on it. Just needs to settle down a little bit. Look for that batter's box, and he does there. That was an amazing fastball.
Beck did pitch in the 12 o'clock game, if I'm not wrong, right?
Towards the end, I think he
Yeah.
got the last inning like he is now.
So, arm may be a little fatigued, pitching just a couple hours ago, really.
So 2-2 count here as that one tipped foul. Oh, almost hit him there. I gotta say, Gibson Beck, a scary guy to get hit by.
Yeah, I was moving fast.
He's look like exclusively heaters here, and it'll be enough on that one as a strikeout to start his inning.
They get 14 strikeouts now for the team. Beck adding 1 to Christian Gray's total of 13. And now he's got Walker's brother, Carter Reel.
That one low.
Christian Gray now just watching from the dugout as Beck coming from shortstop to pitch and Wesley Connor coming in from the dugout to play shortstop now. Beck gets that one in there for strike 1.
Yeah, when he manages to find the or the strike box, it's dangerous. You can see he's putting velocity on these fastballs, not even really looking to put any motion on or any spin on it, and certainly likes to move fast too.
Yeah, he sure does. If you watch right now, Beck almost taking no time between each pitch, just firing it right in there. As that 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Carter Reel. Make it Beck's second strikeout of the day and number 15 in total for the Saints.
Yeah, let's see if Gibson Beck can get 3 strikeouts on the inning.
The North Cross Raiders down to their last hope in Levi Shepard.
That one a little low. As Saints dug out in high spirits And that one, I thought that might have gotten the bottom of the box, but
Very close.
yeah,
Hill,
definitely close
You're
call.
definitely right. Anytime you get to do the fins up celebration 15 times, you're going to be happy. LIU did lose pretty badly to Arizona, but
It was fun while it lasted.
Saints dugout will carry on their legacy. As Beck now falling down 3-1, don't want to give Northcross any hope as Charlie Zhao is on deck, the tying run.
Oh,
and that one does not find the zone, so this game is not over yet. With Levi Shepard at first base, Charlie Zhao does represent the tying run here for Northcross, the leadoff hitter. So Northcross back to the top of their lineup.
Yeah.
And if they can, I bet they would love to give Tristan Lang one more chance at the plate. He was 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Beck just misses there, 1-0.
Yeah, just a little inconsistent with the accuracy. When he gets it in, it's great pitches, but, you know, he's just hitting it outside the box on a couple of these, and that one lands inside, and call it 1-1 count.
That one swing and miss. Saints are now 1 strike away from a massive victory here. Beck will settle in. He'll fire just outside.
Yeah, one more strike, and the Saints will take home a 16 strikeout win. It's over 2 per inning. That one's going to bring it to a full count, though.
So things starting to get a little shaky here. Full count here for Gibson Beck. Can he deliver and give the Saints a win? And he will. Strike 3, 16 strikeouts on the day. Awesome pitching performance from the Saints. Offensively, Jerron Johnson with that RBI triple we saw. Connor Lacey with the RBI single. Saints score 3 runs, 9 hits.
Yeah, I wish I was here earlier to see Christian Gray's performance, but what a game from the Saints.
Yeah, really great pitching battle, too. Respect to Tristan Lang. He threw 10 strikeouts, so
yeah,
really a lot of Ks today. And great game of baseball here on Jacobs Field.
In front of the scout, too.
Yeah, Saints go 2-0 on the day and improve to undefeated on the season. Great start for the St. Christopher Saints. My name is Patrick Leckie alongside Hill Butler. Thank you for tuning in.